Cancer. Something powerful has shifted inside your emotional world. You used to lead with heart first and logic second. That made you loving, caring, and deeply intuitive. But it also made you vulnerable to people who understood how to trigger your emotions for control or sympathy. Over time, you experienced situations where someone used guilt, someone used silence, someone used emotional distance to influence your decisions. Those experiences did not break you. They woke you up. Now you see patterns more clearly. You feel intentions faster, and you respond with awareness instead of blind emotional reaction. Manipulation struggles when emotional awareness grows, and yours has grown. The first card coming out is emotional awareness. Cancer. This is your biggest upgrade. Before, someone could say something hurtful and immediately get a strong emotional response from you. That reaction sometimes gave them power. They knew which buttons to press. Now there is space between trigger and reaction. When something feels off, you pause. You ask yourself, why did that comment affect me? Was it intentional? Was it projection? Was it manipulation disguised as concern? You no longer absorb emotions automatically. You analyze them gently first. That awareness protects your heart from being easily influenced. The second card appearing is guilt release. Cancer. Guilt has often been used against you. Because you care deeply. People sometimes frame requests as emotional responsibility. They may say things like, if you loved me, you would do this, or I expected more from you, or you hurt me by setting limits. Those words can create pressure inside your chest. But now you recognize when guilt is being used as leverage. You understand that healthy relationships do not depend on emotional manipulation to gain compliance. You are learning to separate real accountability from forced guilt. When someone tries to control you through blame, you step back and evaluate objectively instead of reacting emotionally. And that shift frees you. The third card is boundary strengthening. Cancer, you are naturally nurturing. You want harmony. You want people around you to feel safe. Because of that, sometimes you allowed small boundary violations to avoid conflict. You convinced yourself it was not a big deal. You told yourself you could handle it quietly, but those small allowances accumulated. Now your boundaries are clearer. If something makes you uncomfortable, you say it sooner. If someone oversteps, you address it calmly. If behavior repeats after warning, you reduce access. You are not being cold. You are being protective of your emotional energy. Clear boundaries remove space for manipulation because people know exactly where the limits stand. The fourth card here is emotional independence. This is powerful growth for you. In the past, you may have depended heavily on reassurance from specific people. Their validation may have influenced your mood deeply. Their attention may have affected your confidence. When they pulled away, you felt it intensely. Now you are building emotional stability within yourself. You still care deeply. But your peace no longer depends entirely on someone else's response. You validate your own feelings. You comfort yourself when needed. You reflect instead of instantly seeking external reassurance. That independence makes manipulation difficult because no one can control your emotional state easily anymore. If this message feels personal, especially if someone has been using guilt, silence, emotional pressure, or control in your situation, and you want clarity on what is happening behind the scenes, I offer personal readings starting at $9. That is focused directly on your story. If you want deeper support every month with structured guidance, consistent insight, and ongoing clarity through emotional situations like this, there is also a monthly membership for $99. That space is for people who want long-term direction, not just quick answers. If this resonates, like the video so it reaches more cancers who need this message. Comment what emotional pattern you finally stopped accepting. And subscribe if you want grounded guidance like this regularly. Now we continue. The fifth card coming out is strategic silence. Cancer, this is powerful for you. In the past, when tension appeared, you felt responsible for fixing it immediately. If someone was upset, you rushed to explain. If someone ignored you, you chased clarification. If someone created distance, you tried harder to close the gap. Now you understand something important. Not every emotional situation requires instant response. Sometimes silence reveals more truth than argument ever could. When someone uses silence to create control or guilt, you do not react emotionally anymore. You observe. You allow space. You watch whether effort returns naturally. Strategic silence protects your peace because it removes your emotional reaction from their control. The sixth card is detachment from drama. Cancer. Drama can feel personal to you because you care deeply about relationships, but not every conflict is meant to involve your full emotional investment. Some people create situations intentionally to get attention. Some exaggerate problems to shift focus. Some bring old issues back to trigger reaction. Noticing this pattern, instead of jumping into the emotional battlefield, you step back and evaluate. Is this necessary? Is this productive? Or is someone trying to pull me into chaos for control? When you refuse to participate in unnecessary drama, manipulation loses its power. Your calm response becomes your strength. The seventh card is financial stability focus. This card connects directly to security. Sometimes manipulation happens through dependency. If someone feels you depend on them emotionally or financially, they may use that leverage to influence decisions. You have been working toward independence, maybe improving your income, maybe organizing your finances better, maybe creating stability so you feel secure standing on your own. That progress matters. The stronger your financial foundation becomes, the less pressure anyone can apply through control tactics. Independence reduces fear, and fear is what manipulation feeds on. The eighth and final card is future emotional security. Cancer. This is where everything comes together. You are no longer making decisions based purely on temporary feelings. You are thinking long-term. You are asking yourself, does this relationship feel safe consistently? Does this connection respect my boundaries? Does this situation support my emotional growth? If something repeatedly creates stress instead of stability, you detach faster now. You are protecting your future peace. Manipulation struggles to survive when you prioritize long-term emotional security over short-term attachment. Affirmation for you: I release guilt that is not mine. I protect my emotional boundaries. I trust my intuition fully. I detach from drama and control. I choose peace and stability for my future.